I always wondered this, to go back to Worst Comes to Worst for a sec. How did like the Guru part of that song? By the way, shout out to Guru. Rest in peace.
Alchemist. Just, you know.
That might be one of Al's like early like big like radio records.
No,
too.
he made that happen is what I'm saying.
Oh, he made the Guru thing happen.
Premier and Alchemist made it happen. Premier mixed that record. People don't even realize it. Him and Eddie.
Wow.
You know, it's just, we had a space. We asked Guru, can you put something there? We thought maybe a chorus would come in. It came out as a rhythmic shout out.
It was a dope shout out.
And it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just like, I was so honored, you know? So that's just like that's just a magical wish list time, and things are happening, you know, with the best of the best. Mind you, I got to be in the studio. Al brought me in to hang out with Premier and Nas's time. Sometimes you get to meet artists when they're at a different point of their career.
That's a crazy point, though.
Just to be around some of these people you know, it's like when I was hanging out with certain, you know, with the alcoholics or with certain, it's like at the exhibit I'm looking at the pivotal moment when it's all happening. It's not that it's not just as great now, but you just got to remind yourself, like, pre-gray hair motherfuckers who are like in their bag. You know what I mean? It's like,
I always say, like, lately I've been trying to, because I live so much in like cool moments that I don't realize how cool they are. And you've probably been in a lot of these situations where you're like, you got to kind of sometimes just be like, yeah, I've been trying to do that recently because I've been able to interview recently like Snoop and like just people I grew up like idolizing. And it's not a big deal to me anymore, but recently I had to be like, damn, like I just interviewed Ghostface Killah, which is like, you know,
wild.
He's like my 5th favorite MC of all time.
Yeah, but all the people too, when they come see you, they're like happy to see you and they know you, and it's not like you're just like a chore.
And it's even just like, being like a instrumental part of the interview side of the blog era. Like at that time when I'm interviewing Kendrick and J. Cole, like I don't realize like this is like a crazy weird renaissance in like hip hop.
And now we break for Viagra.
Blue Chew. But no, I feel like for you, like you had to have been in so many of those moments where you're like, damn, I'm hanging out during the Liquid Crew era of West Coast hip hop, or I'm hanging out around like, and you're a part of this.
You got to understand too, is like I see it now with my kid and other people, is like when you're young and hanging out with older people, you're not your best self.
Right.
You're tripping over your shoes, you're stuttering, your mouth is dry. You're on your P's and Q's trying to impress people.
Right.
And then you go hang out with your homies and you're the man.
For sure.
And then they see you over there. They're like, that's not even the same guy who's hanging out with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being young, we got to experience a lot of like those like crazy, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, and I don't even know if I should speak type moments. You know what I mean? And now we've grown into it.
Well, now you can look back and be like,
but
damn.
You never get over that shit.
You shouldn't.
Especially, you know, I hang out with B-Real. It still fucks me up. I'm not evidence around B-Real. Around Premier, I'm a mess.
Still Premier.
Yeah, he looks at me funny because it's like he don't even know who I am because you're just like, it's like Dwight Gooden, DJ Premier,
right.
Haley Gracie. You know what I mean? It's like this wall of legend shit. Who's the homie? Which is, I don't know how to get over it.
Do you?
And I don't want to.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's kind of my point. Like you shouldn't get over it because that's what kind of got you here.
Right.
When I think of like, you know, sometimes like we have these West Coast hip hop conversations, and like I would say the boom bap underground side of that conversation always gets ignored when we think about like what West Coast hip hop greats are and all that. Did you guys ever, because there was definitely a crazy movement coming out of LA between yourself, J5, you know, Visionaries, Living Legends, fucking, we can go on and on and on. But it was very much different than what the commercial audience had perceived West Coast music to sound like, to be. What was it like, I guess, making music like that in LA and being a part of that like kind of backpack renaissance, but not really necessarily kind of sounding like what the general public had assumed was LA hip hop was supposed to sound like?
It was a weird time. It was a lot of like, where are you guys from type shit.
Right.
We weren't on.
Because even the platform was on the subway, like
the LA subway.
Right.
We were trying to show people, you know what I mean? But yeah, we weren't on the cover. It was all our music was super East Coast inspired. But when I was growing up, I thought EPMD was from the West Coast.
True.
You know, because they were rapping on More Bounce.
They were, yeah.
So it's cool. I like that. You know, I would say Fat Beats was just a tremendous force in all of this. You said Music Plus. There was Warehouse. What was it, Tower Records? These
But
were
Fat Beats in LA was crazy.
No, I'm saying previous to that, that's where I used to go to the mainstream places to buy OGC or
Right.
Black Moon, right? Like, I didn't know. Then Defari put me up on game on. There's a store. He started naming off Rasco and shit that I never heard about him. What the fuck is Rasco?
Right.
He's like, oh, they got that up there, and I'm like, what is it? And I'm finding these 12 inches. Most Def, Miss Fat Booty,
Right.
LP, Fun Crusher, Company Flow, Wild. I'm seeing all these records. I couldn't even. It was like none of this was at Music Plus.
Right.
That was, and a lot of it was East Coast shit.
It's kind of like opens you up to a whole new world of like independent shit that you didn't even know existed.
Totally. So it showed me that like you can like East Coast shit and make East Coast sounding music or DJ Premier minded beats and have a store on the West Coast that's gonna slang this shit.
Fire.
No internet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's like, prior to the internet. Yeah.
So it's like,
who was the first? I guess LAOG when we think of like West Coast hip hop that like maybe is on like the more traditional sonically West Coast side that really embraced you guys. Was it obviously probably Be Real, I'm assuming, right?
Tough. Well, Lethal, House of Pain. So yeah, Soul Assassins. Well, a lot of it, Alcoholic Crew.
The Licks, yeah.
So,
King T.
I didn't know King T really.
Right.
But yeah. But we were always kind of like,
did you guys ever get on like Snooper Dre's radar back then?
I mean, you can watch us in the Cali is Active video.
That's way later though. But the Cali is Active is later. I mean, like, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. Like, did you did you ever find out like, yo, oh shit, Dre knows who we are? Because at that time,
no, it was finding out that Pete Rock played our shit on fucking the radio.
Right.
Shit like that.
I knew that like that side had embraced you guys. I just didn't know if there was like, yo, fucking DJ Quick is slapping our shit. This is crazy, or because I feel like
no, I don't think so. I think it was more like no.
Cali's Active video.
Be Real for sure. Be Real showed love. There's unquestionable.
Yeah, shout out to Be Real.
Yeah.
Last Dilated album was 11 years ago. Director of photography.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to get another one?
You want one?
Of course.
You want one?
I wouldn't mind one. Yeah.
You wouldn't mind one.
I would fucking
you
love
think
one.
about it? You're like, yeah, I need that.
Well, when I've seen you guys perform live like 3 times in the last 12 months, and every time you guys perform live, I'm like, fuck.
I just did a song for Rocka. We put out a 45 in my 45
I saw that.
Fire. Called Conflicts and Contradictions. Conflict and Contradiction.
Would you guys have you guys talked? You guys have done some live shows together recently.
We've been doing live shows. There's been a little demand for it. I'm not big on like living off the past shit, but I don't feel like Dilated is. When we get on stage,
feels very current.
It doesn't. I feel like we give it our all still. It's not mailed in, never. So
I mean, you guys are all each two like. I just feel like it wouldn't.
I don't think there's a need for a new record right now. If we just started making music, but we live far, different lives. So I don't know.
You guys are very far apart. Yes.
I don't know I don't know what sparks it off. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe even a single.
Maybe, but I don't hate the idea of it.